Pleased to be joined by head coach of the South Plains College Rodeo program, Mr. Kerry Doster. Coach, you're going to be heading out to Odessa this week for the first time since early November when y'all went to Sul Ross. It's giving the kids time to maybe tune up, get a little healthy, but obviously they've still been busy over the break. Talk about kind of some of the preparations going into this first week.
Well, we've been practicing for about 3.5 weeks. We've had some really good practices. I think the kids seem like they're pretty on top of their game going in. Most everybody's healthy. We had one crucial injury last week to one of my girls on the girls team, Avery Gonzalez. She had a pretty bad tear. She tore her knee up pretty bad, tore ACL, meniscus in 3 spots, 3 other ligaments. She's going to be out. She won't tie goats again for 8 months. I'm just really feel really sad for her, and just it kind of breaks my heart to have a girl go down like that. But some of these other girls are going to step up and kind of fill the void, and I feel pretty comfortable with what we've got going on. So we'll see what we get done in Odessa.
Yeah, obviously the women's team, you're sitting at the top of the regional standings, exactly 100 points ahead of Tarleton. And at the junior college level, obviously there's a lot of turnover, but you do have a key group of sophomores on that side. How big of an advantage is to have that leadership when someone like Avery goes down, and especially when you're leading the region?
Well, it makes me a little nervous all the time when we have a shake-up like that. But I moved Lariat Larner up. She actually won the goat time at Sul Ross at the last competition. She's up on the team, and I put Cashley Sites on the team this week, along with Jenna Dallin and Avery Alex Ogle. So, I feel pretty comfortable going in. Cashley's got a young barrel horse and looks pretty promising. Has been running really good. She's been tying goats really well and roping well, so I'm pretty pleased with her on there. And like I said, Lariat, she did with it. Her goat time's really stepped up, and it kind of took her a while. She had a bad knee injury when she's in high school. I think she's finally getting over that and kind of get her head back into all that. So she's doing really good in the goat time. And of course, Jenna Dallin's been strong for us for her whole career, and same with Alex Ogle. Alex sitting second in the barrels. Jenna, I think she's sitting second in the goat time, and they both had pretty strong showings last week at a shootout we had at San Antonio. So I'm pleased with what we got going on, and hopefully we'll just keep everybody healthy and have a good weekend down there and keep rolling.
Yes, sir. On the men's side, y'all have been competitive in every rodeo you've been in. You look at those final days in the short, y'all are there. You have a key group there, Chet, Zach, Kate, Stefan. Talk about how they're looking and the preparations going in on their side.
I'm really happy with how those guys have been practicing out here. Zach's been roping calves really well. He had a pretty good showing down there at San Antonio last week. Chet's been bulldogging and roping really good. He's really strong and just a pretty good leader out there for us. Stefan and Sherwood actually won the first round down there in San Antonio. They're roping really good. Mm-hmm. They don't rope together at those college rodeos, but they've been both really pretty good and competitive over the break, and I think that I look for things to go pretty good their way there too, so we'll see.
Yeah. Do you expect a fluid transition this week, obviously having such a long layoff? Is there anything that worries you in this week one?
No, I worry all the time because you don't know what's going to happen when you get there. You don't know about the draw. We drew a lot of the first run on the cattle this week, which, some say it's not advantageous to do that, but there's not a whole lot we can do about it. So we'll kind of know what we're going to get done early in the rodeo, and we'll have to kind of sit and watch and see what everybody else does. So that kind of worries me a little bit, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that.
Yeah. Talk about some of the facilities they have over at Odessa. Obviously, we're battling some weather here. They are an inside arena. How does that play as a factor, come Thursday night?
Well, I think it's going to we're not going to be out in the wind and all that stuff. So I think, and then the facility should be good. They've done some work. The ground there has been questionable in the last couple of years. They've done some changes to that, and I think the ground will be good. As far as being inside, sometimes the first run on the cattle is good because those cattle won't run as hard on the inside, being inside versus outside. So if you get a kid that has a cow that maybe gets on top of them, they'll get them out there stopping. So sometimes, I'm looking at it that way. So maybe the being inside in that first run, maybe we're trying to make it advantageous to us.
Yes, sir. On the women's side, how big, have these girls realized that they're sitting ahead of 4-year schools, and is that kind of giving them any extra motivation to keep that spot and not, to have a drop off?
We don't really talk about it much. Those girls are all out there working. They know what's on the line. I try not to put a whole lot of pressure on. We just kind of go and do our deal. We've been practicing, and they've been practicing right and been really working their tails off out there. And we're just going to go see, go out there and do our best to see what the cards lay out.
Yeah. Coach, after this one, you're going to head to Sweetwater in exactly a month. Any final thoughts on heading to Odessa?
Man, let's just hope everybody's safe going down there and getting back all right, and hope we all have a good weekend.
Yeah. All right, we will have a preview, full story, and results at sbctexas.com. Coach, safe travels, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.